Live from Studio City, California, it's time to Visit Your Tomorrow, the show where spirit meets reality, with Dr. Linda Salvin, an integrative health consultant, a metaphysical clinician with a PhD in metaphysics, who offers insight with psychic readings, DNA-based nutrition, and wicks of wisdom, magic candles. Now it's time to Visit Your Tomorrow, the show where spirit meets reality, with your host, Dr. Linda Salvin.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Visit Your Tomorrow. I am Dr. Linda Salvin, and this is the show for today with two guests. Plus, I have my team with Jonathan and Dave here. So we're going to have like a little round robin to entertain you and educate you. We're going to talk mostly about psychic readings and my Wicks of Wisdom candle magic line. And two of the guests that are coming on have both burned the candles, as has my neighbor Dave and as my engineer Jonathan has done. Everybody's done the candles. The candles. What are the candles? Wicks of Wisdom work like a prescription for your soul. And they are spiritual candles that will bring in love, money, remove negativity blocks, obstacles, help you heal, win lawsuits. We had a girl on a few months ago who testified to using the candles to help keep her out of jail. The candles work if you do the work. They can remove negativity, obstacles blocking you from getting the guy, the girl, the marriage, the contract, the house. I just got a beautiful testimony of a girl in Maryland who, since June, kept saying she was going to buy a condo. And I said, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. And then we finally got the one. And she called yesterday to say she spent the second night in this 2,000 square foot townhome I told her she would purchase. But she thought she was going to get it by July. But the candle said no. And everything she put a deposit down. I said, that's not it. Keep doing it. And then all of a sudden I said, you're going to find this one. And she did. And it's great. You're going to hear from Krystle calling from New Orleans. You're going to hear from Gina, who dropped out, and she's somewhere in Georgia or where did she say she was? South Carolina. So if she comes back, I guess she had a bad connection with her phone. We'll bring her on. And I want to hear from the people on the show, their personal experiences with the candles. What are the candles? There's 3 candles per set. Each set comes with its own essential oils, herbs, and powders to create the magic that takes place. Each set takes about 15 days to complete. And you got to just be patient. After the work is done, a lot of the work starts to take place. So you may not see it or feel it while you're in the burn of the candles, but on the other side, the magic begins. That's why they're magic. It's the oils and the herbs that really create the power here. Let me show you what some of the oils look like. I didn't quite set up here today. I've been so busy. And it's the end of the year, folks. I will do the show next week, and I have a guest coming on from Virginia, who's an author and wrote a book about her finding God. And she's an accountant. She does a lot of things, but she's extremely spiritual and be quite a joy to have her on the show. But when I talk about oils, you get 4 little bottles of half-ounce bottles of oil. Each set has 4. So it equals 2 ounces of oils. Plus you get a little baggie of herbs, and you get 3 parchment circles where I dictate the words that go on the paper. They get burned in the flame. And then here's another. Then you get the powders. And Wicks of Wisdom work like a prescription for your soul. I was trained in candle magic in 1999 by a Santerian priest. I was on the radio. I went on the air one night and I said, I got these new candles for love and health and getting rid of negativity. Came home to 25 phone calls, and Wicks of Wisdom was born. And here we are all these years later, and I'm still doing Wicks of Wisdom. So I will bring Krystle on. I don't know what happened to Gina. I don't have my phone here, so I can't contact her, but she fell out. But let's go to Krystle, and we're going to talk about Wicks of Wisdom. There you are. Welcome to the show, Krystle.
Hi.
How are you? Hi.
I'm fine. Thanks for having me.
You're frozen on my screen. So there you are. Now, nope, you're not moving. Jonathan, I don't know what's going. She's not moving. She's frozen. We're having a little weird connection today. It could be the weather all over the country is really difficult for most people. So it could be something. Krystle, say something because you're frozen. Now we can't hear her.
Can you hear me?
No. Are you talking, Krystle? Oh, geez. Now we lost her. We've lost both people. That's really strange. Krystle, are you gone? All right, so she'll call back in. Oh, she's dialing in. Let's bring Dave on for a second and see if you can hold on.
I'm not going anywhere.
No, you're not, but I can't hear you either.
Now you can.
Here you are.
There I
Okay.
am. Yes.
But for some reason, Krystle, it says her device not connected. So her connection broke, and then Gina totally disappeared. I would have to. Why don't you talk to the audience about your experience with the love candles? I go get the phone to find out what happened to all these people.
I'll do
okay?
that. I had a
You
great
can co-host.
experience with your candle. And the candle, Linda built the candle. I only burned one candle and I got results. It was a, I forget which candle it was, but see, I was having a little bit of not negativity, but my marriage of 26 years had gone a little stale. And my wife was just, didn't really want to communicate, didn't really. And, you know, it's a two-way street. I did the same thing. And we had just been used to each other. And so Linda mixed me up a candle. She had the four essential oils. So she poured them and she knew exactly which oils were necessary. And then she sprinkled in the
powders,
herbs,
and herbs.
Powders and herbs. And then she told me, just take this home. I just live next door. And she said, take this home and light it. And it burned for 4 days, and it burned all the way down to the very bottom. You know, it's a pretty good sized candle.
Yeah, it's a 7-day candle. They're called 7-day candles because it takes, there's a wick that burns for 125 hours.
It's 5 days.
Yeah, the average is 3 to 4, but the faster they burn, the quicker you're getting through. But yours was average. Go on.
And it burned all the way down to the bottom. And within a week, my wife was very responsive, very nice, very polite. And of course, I returned those feelings. And, I responded in kind. And so even today, this has been more than a month ago.
Oh, gosh, it's 2.5, maybe 3, because I was on one of my trips.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And the effects are still working.
Yes.
And I was amazed.
Can you imagine what you might be going through if you'd done all 3 of them?
Of all 3, yeah.
That's the purpose. Everything's in the power of 3 with the Wicks of Wisdom. So you only did 1. I should give you the next 2 for Christmas. That's for Christmas.
Okay, I'll take them.
Yeah, I know you will.
Because it definitely worked. It definitely worked. And I'm not sure how or why, but it did.
Because it's magic, Dave. That's
I guess so. Yeah.
You get the writing and the oils. This is where the magic comes from. Any candle not any candle will work. It has to be able to burn at least up to 7 days. Most of the candles that I buy have a wick with a consistency. I don't remember the centimeter, but they're structured to burn 125 hours, which is a week, which is how much wax is in that tall glass, which is 7 inches. Okay, we've got Krystle back. Hold on. She got back. Krystle, you're there again.
Oh, you're back.
Yes. Is it better now?
Yeah,
yes,
much better. Now you're right here with us. I'm
on a different phone. I have 2 phones.
Oh, okay. Well, this one works, and I just called Tina, and she's on the border of Georgia and South Carolina somewhere, trying to get back here. So Dave was just explaining his experience with Wicks of Wisdom, and I gave him soulmate power.
Okay.
And so he and his wife had a little bit of soulmate experience after 28 years. They got a little closer. But Dave's gonna sit there and watch us talk. But you tell people how you came about Wicks of Wisdom. I guess through Storm Monroe's show. And you found me. So you take over and just share your experience.
Yes. I started following Storm Monroe, and you guys did a session. And I'm very spiritual. So when I saw you, it was like magnetic, so I'm like, okay, I have to get to her. So before I contacted you, like, I watched you from afar for like a year or so.
Wow.
And so I was like, she's the real deal, because there are a lot of pretenders, And I can feel the genuineness. And I was like, okay, whenever I get to her, everything is going to be great. So I was waiting for a moment where I really needed you. And recently I'm like, I have a business I'm trying to start. So I'm like, now is the time. So here we are.
Yep. And so we did the reading, and I saw this beautiful website for the business you want to do and where you're going, and it's going to be so unique and special. And then we decided to do some of the candles. So you ordered what? The good luck and the money and success. Is that what we had you do? The red and the red and black? You want to talk about that experience?
Yes. Okay. Currently, I'm on my first candle for the money and success.
Okay.
I finished the first 3 of the good luck.
And I think you feel lighter, any type of...
You know what? So I made one of my rooms kind of like my prayer room. So that's where the candle is. That's where I manifest and pray. And I honestly can feel the energy for me. The energy in the room, it's positive. Once I lit the first candle, I felt light. And I know that's to remove obstacles, but I did feel like a difference physically.
Like a film came off, or a little jacket, or a little heavy cloud?
Yes. It was that the flame was very powerful. With the second one, soon as I lit it, it cracked. The glass kind of cracked. It was kind of like powerful. And then it only lasted a day. And I emailed you. I'm like,
oh no,
what's going on? And you were like, that mean that one's over with. So I did the third candle, and that lasted about a day. The stem just went away. So I'm like, okay, well, that means, it's done. So I understand moving forward that all candles may not go, to the full
3 or 4 or 5 days.
Time,
That's right. They don't, because in your situation, whatever you were removing got done. That first candle popped through. And sometimes, like with Dave, the candle lasted 4 or 5 days. Sometimes I've seen Gina, if she gets back on, she did, I think she had 6 or 8 sets of candles that she did almost at once for a situation she's going through legally. And they all went out in like 2 days. I couldn't believe what she was going through. And she had her pictures of all her candles. I've done candles that last 2 days. I've done them that last 7 or 8 days. And I've got 2 in the sink right now for somebody I'm doing, and they're going really slow. I've got 2 out in the back office, and they're halfway done, and they're 4 days old already. Spirit has its own thing. You can't control it, right? But you smell the beauty of the oils, right? Your home started to smell sweet. And wherever you burned them, Dave, did you have the aroma from the oil?
I burned mine outside.
I've
got a little thing about the soot that emanates from it. But the smell, it filled up.
Oh, now he's breaking up.
I put it in a barbecue.
Cool. Okay.
Closed it. And I have one of those big, Weber barbecue things. I set it right in the middle, opened up the vent and top, and it burned. The glass did crack, but the candle burned all the way down. So I had cracked glass also. I think it's just the heat.
Different. No,
it's the heat and the power.
It's not. It's not the heat.
Yeah.
No.
Mine was instant. Soon as I transferred the flame to the second candle, within about a minute.
Babe, you were still trying to figure this out. You can't analyze it. And even with Krystle, and like Krystle, I'll send you another set and you'll see all 3. Or with the money and success, I bet you'll go right through it. You'll do all 3. Watch. I think you pop through that negativity immediately, and they said, nope, we don't need any more. Dave did one, it cracked, but you broke through with your wife and things. So now I'll give you the next 2. Oh, yeah, watch what happens. You do the 2 in succession.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you really do Wicks of Wisdom. Wicks of Wisdom is a power of 3, like it says in the PDF file that you get once you sign up or purchase some. What else happened for you, Krystle?
Well, that kind of is it with the money and success. That one, I mean, it's pretty much done already. So it's only been 2 days with that one. And the flame started off really powerful, and it lasted. It didn't burn out. And so I'm actually pretty much at the end of it. I had to burn it out because I'm actually at my mom's house. I drove out here, and when I get back home tonight, I'm going to light it And it should be done, I would think, like in a few hours, and then I can move on to the second candle.
Good.
But you do, like, really, I do feel the energy. The energy is real for me. Like, you can feel it in the room. Like I said, with the removing the obstacles and stuff, I literally felt so light the first day. I called my friend and I was like, I feel so good. I'm like, I feel so happy. I feel free. It really feels like a weight was kind of lifted off. And so I love it. So I'm looking forward to what else would, manifest from this.
Oh, you'll start seeing. And remember, after you're done with these next 2 candles, or 2.5, wherever you are, then another week or 2, or even a couple of weeks into the time frame, you'll start seeing more. Then you might want to repeat the money and success. I don't think you need to do another good luck, but as far as getting the company off the ground, you're going to want to repeat. The more you burn, the more you get. Like you've seen Storm in the last 2 years, he takes the DNA nutrition and his body has changed, or he does candles like 3 times a month and his whole world has changed. His career has changed. His relationships have changed. I'm going to be doing a weekly show with him, and then we'll bring everybody on that way as well. But he couldn't make it today, and I wanted to give you some space. And I'm glad you're getting this experience. But once we start seeing it really, like if the investor shows up or you get the location, did you hear back from them overseas? Have you heard back from them yet?
Yes.
What do you know? After you did the candle?
Yeah. They got back with me, and actually I've kind of like negotiating the price for a building, but I'm trying to make sure that this is the building for me. I feel like it is. So I'm going through that.
Okay, back up.
Okay.
When you first called me, you said, I have an idea and I don't know how it's going to go. And I haven't heard from these people. Bring us up to date how all of this, like now you're looking at a building. Come on. What happened?
Yes. So it's for a franchise, and we were kind of negotiating, talking about things, and I kind of emailed them, and responses were like not there. And I was like, oh my goodness, do they not want me to do it? What do I do?
What did I tell you?
So I talked to you and you said, don't take it personal. They're really busy. They have things going on. Message them today and you should hear from them. So I messaged them, and in 2 days they messaged me back and they were like, oh no, everything's fine. We've been swamped. We've been so busy. Yeah. And I was like, okay, good, And so now I found a building, and so I'm trying.
Or like a shopping mall, like I thought. Is it in a similar environment that I kind of saw you?
Well, it's in a residential area. It's kind of close to prominent schools.
That would be
the vibe that I want.
The moms and coming in after school or while they're waiting for their kids. Oh my God. I don't want to say the name because it's such a unique franchise. It's not even here in the States yet. You're going to be one of the first. So once you get that going, then we'll bring it back on. I don't want to give it away. No, but that's perfect.
So I'm hoping this is the building. I mean, how it looks is what I envisioned. And the vision that I saw. So I'm just working through that right now.
Keep that in the petition about the building and contractual information and the price. Focus on that. Oh, I just got chills. So, chills is confirmation of spirit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thrilled, and you're glowing because a month ago, I don't know if it's going to happen. I said, yes, it will. Look at this. And I went online. I looked at this gorgeous picture of the store.
Yeah, I was so scared because it's a big risk, and you helped me have that confidence to be like, no, it's good. And sometimes you just need a little bit of an extra boost.
Well, not only that, but what did I say? Once you get going, you're going to have 2 more stores.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to happen. You'll be big, and you're going to have that whole area. Go on.
Krystle, have you shared your candle experience with your family and your mother since you're at her house?
Well, my mother's not here at the. She's shopping. It's Christmas shopping. But I actually did talk to my sister about it today, and I was telling her about it. And she's like, "Okay, well, let me know how it works out when you finish." She's like, "Well, let me see what happens." So I'm like,
"That's how I was. That's how I was." Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's skeptical until they see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring Gina back on, and then I'm going to silence you, Gina.
No,
I mean, Krystle. Then I'm going to have the two of you back live.
Okay.
Okay. So this is great, and I'm thrilled to hear this process and the progress you're making in like not even a month is incredible.
Yeah.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. You got all this to go through, but you're getting all of it. You'll see, and then it'll be number 2 and number 3.
Okay.
I promise. I see it. Okay. All right, hold on. And here's Gina. She's back.
Gina.
Hello.
Hi, Gina. Say hi to Dave. Dave's my next door neighbor. He's an award-winning editor, and he does all my elements for the website and the show and the station. Now, Gina and I met at a convention a year and a half ago when we were doing Euphoria, which is the DNA nutrition, which is now nucleogenics, which I take religiously, and my whole system has changed, as most people has changed. But we met at the convention, and we stayed friends. And she's either, who knows where she is, whether she's in Nevada or Arizona. Right now, she's in Alabama. Where are you? South Carolina, going to Georgia. Okay, so Gina kind of ran into a legal problem, so she needed legal help. Why don't you take over and talk about what's going on? You don't have to give all specifics.
I don't want to necessarily get specific about that, but what I do want to talk about is that I use the good luck, and I definitely use the sweetening judgment. And
let me explain what those are to the listener who will watch this later. You look like you're in a TV show with the background moving, but you're actually driving in a car, but you can see the
I'm
lights.
not. Yeah, I'm a passenger.
Yeah, I
hope
tell
you're not driving.
No, because I can see the outside moving. You can tell you're moving as opposed to being like in a still on a slot.
7 minutes.
Okay. So, good luck in a legal situation can be used on the opposing attorneys. It can be used on a law firm. It can be used on the people who are suing somebody, just like we had when Kelly was on the show a couple of months ago regarding her jail sentence that was dropped. So in a similar situation, Gina's up against a situation.
Well, I would rather not go into that right
now. But
I
have to explain what the candles do.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
What the purpose is. I'm not going into your details.
Okay, sure.
No. I wouldn't do that. That's private. But what it does is it removes blocks, obstacles, negativity that might be preventing her from getting the results she wants in the court case. Okay. And then the sweetening judgment works with the court system to help in her favor with regards to whatever the outcome is she's hoping for. Whether or not it works, I can't guarantee any of it. There are no guarantees, and it says so in the PDF file. This is all up to God. But what was beautiful about Gina's experience, she was here on a Friday, and by Sunday, most of them are done. I mean, I'd never seen them burn so fast. You did what, 12, 18 candles?
Well, it was, I started the one set. I started one candle, and by the time I got back, I literally started 6 more sets.
Which is 18 candles.
Yeah. Wow. They throw out a lot of heat.
No, they do.
A lot of candles.
But it's a lot of writing of the petitions. You had to do a lot of the writing.
Yeah,
she was here.
I became very much of a pro, very much of an expert.
I told you, once you get going, you'll get the work done, right?
Yes. But I do want to underscore just how amazing everything smelled. And just to echo with Krystle, just the peace and the tranquility of all of the candles of what it brought me. And then by the very next day, I lit them on Friday, and then by Sunday, we were talking about good luck and also sweetening judgment. I'd been in a situation where there was a suitcase that was had family pictures and heirlooms and completely irreplaceable. I mean, birth certificates. I mean, this all goes from the 1930s and the 40s that were my mother and father's. And I was told that inadvertently the whole suitcase had been thrown away because it was at my cousin's house. And this was almost, a year ago now. And as I'm literally sitting over the candles, I get a call from my cousin, and she says, Prima, we found the suitcase. And we opened it up, and it's like everything was put in there as of yesterday, and it was behind boxes, Christmas boxes, that had been there for the last couple of years. And I broke down in tears. I called
yes,
up
and you called me too.
I
You
called
were stoked. I mean, it was overwhelming.
It was very
Of
overwhelming.
course.
And with all of this, my daughter had wanted to basically research our family history and our genealogy. And when I told her about the suitcase, she was under the idea that other family members didn't want to, basically offer this, this suitcase and the information and basically the heritage in there. And that wasn't the case. And I couldn't bring myself to even tell her that it potentially had been thrown away. And so then I called my daughter and I told her, and she called up my younger daughter, who's 30. She went to go ahead and they met my family and they went and picked up the suitcase. And then they were on the phone with each other, basically, FaceTiming and video calling and sharing all these memories. And, that right
exciting.
there. Yeah, I mean, right there, when I had actually talked to you, remember I talked to you, Linda, about all this? And you literally said, okay, these would be, the candles that I would light to accomplish that. But I want to just be able to say how much even you're subconsciously of what you're thinking about, you might write on the petition. But like you said, when you scribble, there's so much subconsciously, I believe, that goes into, and how spirit actually connects and works through you. So
it released the blocks, obstacles, and negativity with what you're going through, but it also opened up around you personally, which is why you found that all within that same 24-hour period, it just exploded. It exploded.
Yes, it absolutely exploded. And literally from when I lit the very first candle on Thursday, by the time I was wheels up and landed a week later, every single one of those candles were already burnt out. Mm-hmm. And
I've never seen them go that fast, that many.
Yeah.
When you sent me that picture of the trays and everything, and I said, "Oh, she was having a problem where something wasn't staying lit," as Krystle had a problem. But in her situation, I had just instructed her, because she's here at the house and we were talking about what to do, and I positioned the different sets, and I think there was a control in there, or do as I say, something else.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was one more set in there, but I positioned them one way. But then when we found what was going on, they were opposing each other. So I said, move them around, and then once you did, it all opened up. There's a method to where they're positioned, what they're next to. If you have 3 or 4 sets, how they're aligned. It's all scientific. It's all designed. You can't just put them together.
And
you saw it.
Even when really quickly, from where my lawyer told me there was no way, I ended up finding a way of a potential and a possibility. So that's why I really don't want to talk about it right now.
I understand, but we can touch this.
I want to basically say, I really know the peace, the fragrance, just everything of just how the flickering and the dancing and how it might just completely seem bizarre, but it's like they are talking.
Yeah, they are. And you go back and you can feel it talking to you. Dave has felt that. I'm going to bring Krystle back on because they talk to her too.
Yes.
There you go, Krystle. They talk to you. It talks.
They do. And they give you such comfort. I mean, I found myself literally hours and just coming back to the house to be able to be with the candles,
to be in the presence.
Yes.
That essence that we feel, you can't explain it. People think I'm nuts. Dave, I moved in and he met me as a neighbor, and then little by little I introduced what I was doing, and he thought it was wacko, and as a photographer he came to help me do some photo shoots and putting the sets together for the website. And I said, you want one? And then I left town. I don't know if I went to Chicago or wherever I was this summer, and then I came back and he had some testimony. It's like, now you're seeing what this is, because he thinks candles, oils. Most people are skeptical, and you hear about it.
Yeah. I found I was babysitting my candle.
Well, you want to watch it.
I would go check on it. It was outside, but I'd go check on it like 3 or 4 times a day.
How you doing? It's talking to you, just like Gina said.
Go, still burning? Yep, okay. And I would come back, and I was like, I thought about it all the time. It was on my mind.
Yeah, it talks to you, just like Krystle said. It does, Gina. There's a communication of the spirit, and if you really get focused at times, I'm having a meeting tonight at the Beverly Hills Hotel, actually, with the new investors coming in, I think. And they've done Wicks of Wisdom, and he has actually seen the spirit dancing on the ceiling. I've seen them. I know how to see it, but the average person's not aware yet. So it starts with the visual. You see the light, you see the flame, you start to feel the energy, then you smell it, and you become your alchemist. And that's the beauty of my line versus all the hundreds of lines out there. Some people have like 18 plates and 27 candles in each plate, and they got this bonfire going, and they're doing some weird ritual I don't even want to know about. This is simple, but like you're saying, Gina, you become involved, and Krystle became involved. Dave became involved. I teach you or dictate to you for your individual needs per set. Now, the beautiful thing is, between Krystle and Gina, they both did good luck power, but for two totally different situations. So regardless of what the need is, that set of candles, it's like pepper. You can put it in a lot of different foods and it'll add flavor, but not all foods. Just like not all situations need the good luck power. Are you getting out of the car now?
I am. So I'm going to actually be able to get to a little bit more lighted area.
Okay, I see it. So then once you get the intention or the purpose, or like with Gina, it's more legal and personal. With Krystle, it's more business. But it still does the same thing to remove the blocks and obstacles around that situation. Dave has not done good luck power. That would take you to another level. I think I'm just going to give you the two soulmate powers. We're losing Krystle again. She's dropping out. It's the weather, folks. It's really bad weather across the United States right now. There, boop, she just popped back in. There she is. Let me find her.
And weather is coming in. So
yeah, it's bad
in
all
and out
across the country. Look what happened in Washington State last night. They dropped 24 degrees in like minutes. They just plummeted. Yeah, 24 degrees, and it's happening in Chicago. It's happening in Florida. Florida's freezing. Florida never freezes. Florida's down in the 30s.
I'm right here.
I know. I bet. What's the weather where you are right now?
It's probably in the 40s.
And you're in Atlanta. I mean, you're in Georgia, or you're still in South Carolina?
The Florida-Georgia line.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be hot and summery, and everybody from the Midwest usually goes down there for the winter. Not this year.
Drops to the 30s, so it's.
Yeah, it was 49, 42 out here in Los Angeles last week. It was cold, but we're going up to 80 on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And what's it where you are, Krystle?
On Sunday, it will be low 20s and up to the 40s. And this is Louisiana. So this.
It's wacko. The whole place, the whole world is wacko. It's been wacko since COVID. It's been wacko since the start of time. It's something. But
so, Linda, I have a question I want to ask. Does the magic from the candles, it obviously affects the person who is lighting the candle, but does it affect people around them? Or does it, like, if you
indirectly, like people in the house, or like if people were around Gina and they smelled it, or people around Krystle, or people could smell your candle, they would feel the presence of sweetness, but the actual work has your name on it.
Yeah. Okay.
It depends on the petition. So even though it's there, it's not going to affect anybody else unless their name is involved with the request.
I see. So if it's on the petition, it will affect.
It will affect.
If you name, and you can name a specific person.
Yes, it's the way it's worded, and sometimes you could put your name on it or their name on it, depending how the tenses are used in the specific wording, which I don't want to give away on the air because that's the secret. I had somebody, I think I've said this before, somebody paid for, out of Australia, paid for like, I don't know, a couple $100 and wanted petitions. I said, but you didn't buy candles. No, I don't want to have you ship them. I'll buy my own. I said, really? You're not getting petitions because they all want the magic. I said, no, that's the magic of Wicks of Wisdom. You buy all of it or none of it. I don't give this stuff away. No chef is going to tell why the recipe is so good, right?
Yeah, that's true.
No, there's magic here, but the word magic is just like voodoo. Voodoo means healing, but voodoo, I guess in Louisiana especially, might be real negative and kind of woo-woo and Haitian.
It's
and
very.
Yeah, but it really means healing. It really does.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing voodoo. People think I'm a witch. I might be a Jewish witch. You can see how serious I am. I'm going to come on my broomstick and hurt everybody, right? No, there are some negative rituals. There are some negative antics. There's ways to really hurt people, and that's not what I'm about. I've been cursed. I've felt it come back on me from other people that were either jealous or resentful and tried to push me down, and then I came back. And there's ways even with the candles for there's rebound power to push it back tenfold. There's doom where you can get somebody like to lose their job after they've been so nasty to other people that they could be a little slippery in their own life. You got the soulmate power to bring in love. You got health and wellness to improve health and wellness, well-being, immunity. I've had one girl who didn't need surgery because we got her to stop bleeding. We had another girl with cancer on her face and that went away. I had a Broadway dancer whose back was out, did the health and wellness, the back pain went away. They're powerful candles, but it's in the oils and it's in the petition. And again, the oils that Gina, Krystle, and Dave all got are totally different for each of their individual needs, except this is the Good Luck formula. Whoops, I just dropped one. But the Good Luck formula stays the same, but the petitions vary for what Krystle needed and what Gina needed versus what Dave did. And that's where people have to learn the science and the psychology and the metaphysics behind it. It's pretty complex. People go, "Oh, can I just have a candle?" I said, no, it's not. It doesn't work that way.
But do you have to believe that it's going to work?
No. That's the beauty of Weeks of Wisdom. Because people say, "Oh, I don't believe in this stuff."
I was skeptical.
I know. And that's why I love having you talk about it, because the skeptics that have burned them, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, oh my God, this works. Yeah, they work. I'm not dedicating my life to a set of candles if it's just bull. That's not me. I don't have time for that. I have a passion, I have a dedication, and I have a real belief, and I've been trained. And I did my PhD dissertation on candle magic. So I did all the research beyond just understanding this technique. There's pagan, there's Wicca, there's Santeria. There are different levels of different religious practices. I combined certain Santeria principles along with Kabbalah, which is more Hebraic and Jewish, and put the two together. And the rabbi I was seeing at the time, who's now deceased, I think 7 years now, he blessed it. He saw my infomercial, which was on TV in 2008, 2009, when I had Kris Jenner do my, who was the spokesperson for my show. And he watched it, and he was an Orthodox Jewish man, and he said, "I'm totally behind what you're doing." And one day we're reading Kabbalah, and I've said this on the show before, we were reading the book, and it was talking about candles, which is Hakma in Hebrew, which means the soul of man. So the candle in Kabbalah means the soul of man, and the wick, when lit, is the flame, which is light, which is God. So what are you doing? You're feeding God the petition. So it goes into that flame. If you understand the whole, I'm getting chills again because it's so spiritual, but the average left brain, skeptical, non-believer, non-spiritual person, even when they have come to buy candles through me since 1999, Dave, they'll come back and go, "Oh my God, they work." Yeah, they work like a prescription for your soul.
Because I'm not a particularly religious person. I was raised a Quaker, and then kind of turned my back on it all when I became a teenager and was old enough to resist. And now on Sundays, I just go watch the football games.
Football games. This has nothing to do with religion. This has nothing to do with color, race, creed, sex, nothing.
So you don't have to believe in God to have the magic work.
No, you don't have to believe at all. I have done candles because people think, "Well, I'm afraid to leave it burning." I'm like, okay, if you're afraid, then put it in a bottle of water or put it in the pot of water. So that when it does crack, it's there. Or if you have an earthquake, it's safe. But I literally have gone to Vegas for 3 days with candles burning, not in this house, but in my other house, I would leave candles burning and the house was still there when I got back. And then since 1999, I've never lost I've never heard anybody lose a house because of the candles. It tells you how to be safe. It tells you what to do. If you don't feel comfortable leaving, like the Krystle may have, you snuff it, you don't blow it. There's all different little tidbits. Like there's no oxygen, no pen, and no sulfur. Those are the 3 no.
Yeah, use a
Gina
lighter.
just dropped out. Yeah, Gina's over here now. Hold on, let me get Gina back here. There you are. Yeah, you dropped out. Here you are. You're back. So I'll get rid of this one over here. Gotcha.
Okay.
There. Yeah, it's just been moving around. Jonathan's backstage going, what the hell? Okay. So I wanted to bring you guys on because you're having experiences, and I hope you'll have more, because there's always more to do and accomplish and grow with or experience. Like I just dealt with a customer of mine that I've known 20 years, and she's in Ohio, and her son's now, I think, 16, and I diagnosed what's probably going on. And so she got Path Power for him. He was acting out in school, and Path Power helps you get focused, grounded, and centered. And he's all over the map, and she needed some help. So she's doing a set of good luck for herself and money, but then for her son, she's going to do the Path Power to calm him down. And then they can focus on his ADD or whatever he's got going on, but at least to focus and ground. So there's different, what do we have, 18 sets out there or something like that? Dave, you did all the pictures. I didn't remember. But
17.
17 sets with love, luck, legal. There's some called control, which is a little more definitive if you're really trying to push the envelope. There's do as I say when you want something to really happen or somebody to really listen to what you're going through or to be more commanding. It depends, again, on the formula. It depends on the formula. Then once I know what the problem is and I diagnose it in my mind, then I say, oh, you would do best with this and that, or do it this way. Because some of the candle sets are going to hit you emotionally, and some are going to be more mentally, and then some are doing something outside you altogether, whether it's another person, the job, the people you're dealing with overseas. Krystle, you don't know, but there's ways that it targets in a very non-threatening manner. You're not hurting anybody. If it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen. I don't care if you do 1 million candles. It's not going to happen. Or it's going to happen so fast, you're going to go, oh my God, what's going on here? Or it comes in its own time like it's supposed to. I've done candles in November, and it happened that next week, and I've done them in November. It took till April. Everybody's different. But you guys are getting results.
I have to say that not only did I get results, but I got results beyond, as I said, that, subconsciously. And even with the result where I was told there was no way, I did find a way, and we're working on that now.
Well, it's like it appeared from this, oh my God, what am I going to do, to, oh, wow, I think there's hope now in this situation, as opposed to the anxiety. It's come down. We're breaking down the invisible brick walls.
Well, and I'm still continuing, because I have another set of sweetening judgment.
Yep.
And what I'm going to be able to continue in the future. However, just being able to, even when you're touching the oils, I wanted to be able to talk about that. The oils on that got on my hands.
It's a thick consistency. They're very different. You can't buy them out there.
Right, exactly. But the sweetness and just how they felt on my hands, and just everything from the petitions to the process. I found I didn't even want to wash my hands. I basically rubbed the oils into my hands.
And if you have any left over, like at the bottom of the oil, say you have this, if you have just a little bit, you can put it on your skin.
Everything with such reverence. I have all of the bottles. I have all of the candles.
You can put it in the bath. You can put it on your skin. It's not going to harm you. There's different types of oils that are safe for your skin. I wouldn't drink it, but there's like a lanolin in here. There's 22 different properties in every bottle of oil, whether it's herbs, oil, leaves, bark. There's a whole, I'll have to get the list out, but it's unbelievable how these are made and
Well,
how
what
it
I
ends up as
also
the oil.
found, what you're talking about, even as you put the oils in there and the different colors, and then how it also separated, and how it then when you put the herbs in there and the different levels of clarity. I did have it was and they went all the way down, and being able to see, and even like one flame where it would split into two.
Yeah.
I mean, they really had the own.
They have a life of their own. They have a life of their own. When you sent that one picture of the sweetening judgment, which is a white candle, but with all the oils, and it turned orange, and I saw like the streaks, and I thought, oh my God, she's going to have a hell of a journey here, because I know how to read the candle. I know how to read the flame. I know if the flame goes east, west, south, north, flickers, doesn't flickers, big, goes out, there's a message in all of that. But I'm not going to teach all that. You can look it up online. But yours are incredible. Krystle's halfway through. So we'll hear from Krystle in a few weeks on the other side of all this.
Yes, I will continue. Yes. Absolutely. But thank you, Linda, for
thank you for popping in. You're welcome.
Absolutely. And for being my friend personally, but also being able to bring wicks of wisdom to the community of people that really want to go ahead and do something else and something more. And
it helps people achieve more on a spiritual level where you participate in your own alchemy.
Yeah.
If it's your love life, your career, your job, if it's negativity, you want to buy a house, you're just helping accelerate the frequency.
Absolutely. And the peace that it brought to me is priceless.
And that's what Krystle was saying earlier too, how peaceful she felt, and the smell, the aroma, it's balancing. And it's like Dave, you want to go talk, hi, how you doing? And it's just flickering, and it's like you wanted to say something, but you're actually absorbing its energy. Like, Dave, I'm sure it didn't talk to you, but you heard something or felt something, which is why you go back and forth to look, and how's it doing? It's just
it was compelling. It was compelling. Yep. I got to go check out my candle. I'll be right back. So
it's like having a little baby. You got to go watch it and check on it.
Let me share with y'all, when you have 18 candles going at one time,
it's a full-time job.
Next time I have you on, when you get back and you're settled, let's bring a photo. We can put that in here, and Jonathan can upload it, and then we can show the picture of what you have.
I have a whole progression. I've got video
I'd like to see that.
That I thought I was crazy that I was looking at, and I was looking at the video, so I was like, okay, I really have I've got visual proof here. So it's undeniable.
Hold on to that, because we can do a show with some of that. I want both of you, all of you, to hold on a minute. I'm going to run a little candle commercial that Dave made, so the audience out there can see. Hold on. Whoops, that wasn't the long one. That was just the little one. I don't even know. Nope. Here it is. This is how.
Use this set of candles to assist in strengthening the immune system, heal from various ailments, enhance general health and well-being, and target and help heal specific health issues.
Okay, doesn't want to participate today, so I'll just bring.
Use this set of candles to assist in strengthening the immune system, heal from various ailments, enhance general health and well-being, and target and help heal specific health issues. They can expedite the healing process. They're great to use before and after surgeries, and it can encourage physical, emotional, and spiritual healing.
There we go. Okay, we're
Yeah.
back. Yeah, so it's got the I lost Dave now. I got to bring Dave back. There we go.
Hello.
The digital world. Push a button and there everybody is. But that's what's fun about this. But yeah, the candles work like a prescription for your soul, as you're saying. So I'd like to invite both of you back, all three of you back at some point on the other side when there's actual results starting to take place, or you order another round and you do the next level. So you see what happens from this to that, you tier, and then it starts to explode. And it really goes like you don't want to be without them.
Yeah.
You know? And you're just starting, Krystle. You're just starting. Okay. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's great. But we're going to start ending the show. If you guys want to hang out, I'm just going to talk about DNA nutrition for a moment. And there's these B3 bands I'm into that you put on your biceps and hips, and there's a little pump and there's air, and it's scientifically showing people are losing weight and firming their body in half the time it takes to exercise because of the blood resistant bands. And I love them. I go around the block, I walk 15 minutes, I'm riding my stationary bike for 15 minutes. That's all you need are 15 minutes on the bands. They're on my website, or you can just go to B3 Dr. Salvin no, it's Dr. Salvin, B3 Dr. Salvin B3 Sciences. I'll have to get the exact address because I haven't memorized it yet. Then there's the DNA nutrition where we swab our cheeks and you get 18 genes printed out in detail in about 45, 50 pages of a report to see what you inherited from your mother and father. And then you get a clinical dose nutritional product based on your genes as to what your body needs for whatever system you're dealing with, or things you can't even see, whether it's cholesterol, or if it's blood pressure, depression, anxiety, Hodgkin's disease. The SOD2 gene, for example, is where cancer and stroke comes from. So if you start feeding the genes properly, you're going to be less at risk for health problems later on in your future. And we also found out that if you start giving kids the product by the time they're of childbearing age and they want to have children, after 3 years on the product, they cannot pass on the negative genes. They're healthy. So the healthier population is coming down the road. Yeah, Krystle, we can talk about that. And whether it's weight, if it's depression, if it's headaches, if it's autoimmune system. We've got one guy who was on dialysis, healed his kidneys. It's powerful stuff because it's nutrition. It's all pure. So if anybody's interested, you can find all of it on my website at lindasalvin.com. The same thing with the Wicks of Wisdom at lindasalvin.com. And we are coming into the close of the show, but it's also the holidays. We're Hanukkah right now, and then you got Christmas this weekend. I want to wish everybody a wonderful holiday season, even though it's wacky out there. I don't know if we're really in the spirit of it, but we're doing what we can, considering we're coming to the end of 2022.
Yeah.
2022. Who would, I mean, it just sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
We're going into the future, you know. Is it odd or is it God? We're still here, thank goodness, right? So do you guys have any last words before I sign all of us off? Dave, you go first.
Yeah,
right.
I just wanted to, I was amazed at how effective your candle was, the single candle, that it worked for me, and I was very happy with the results. And
well, I'm getting you 2 more, and then you'll really there'll be an earthquake in LA soon. Krystle, what do you want to say as I say goodbye?
I'm just looking forward to what my candles would do. I'm excited, and I know great things are to come. And I want to thank you so much for
You're welcome.
being you.
I should just fly into New Orleans when you open the door and we have a big ceremony. That could be fun.
Please, you have to come.
It might be fun. We could do a seminar and all sorts of good stuff. And Gina, you popping. She pops in and pops out.
I do want to also say, with the good luck and with the sweetening judgment and with everything that I've basically been able to experience, it's been a situation that even in the last week or so, I've had amazing things happen to me. And even Linda, when I came and talked to her previously, and she said that I would be finishing up this year during our session and her reading for me with a new house and in a location. And that has come to pass I just went ahead and just went to get, vehicles registered in another state. So many things have happened that are positive, and I'm looking forward to 2023. And thank you so much, Linda.
You're welcome. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have more. You have a good trip wherever you're going, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much, Gina. And we lost Krystle, so that's okay. We'll say goodbye. And Dave, we're going to say more. And Jonathan, why don't you come on and close the show with me? Jonathan, he's got to get his mic back. There's Gina. And I will be here next Thursday with an author and an amazing spiritual person who's a client. Her name is also Krystle. I got 2 Krystles, and we'll be back. So we will upload this to the YouTube channel. And if you want information, lindasalvin.com. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and take care. Thank you so much for being there for all these years. Goodbye, Dave. Let me see where my out is, because